Hello everyone, it's Lego Fishy here, and I think it's time that we rank every single Dragon's Rising dragon, from worst to best. Shout out to Age of Masters for giving me the ranking idea, and let's get into it. I can't emphasize enough that Lego had a perfectly fine mod just to ruin it with this atrocious thingy which just looks so bad. Like, just use the wing pieces please. It really infuriates me that this dragon had the chance to make the ninja combat vehicle worth the price, but the designers couldn't bump up the piece count. I can state that if this dragon was on the same level as another coming up side build dragon, then I would have actually considered buying this set. I need to address here that I really meant every single dragon, so even single piece ones. I have to give credit where it's due, because this mod is completely fine, it just isn't as unique as some coming up are. My main problem with the mod is that the connection point is a stud and it makes the lower half of the piece look awkward. I actually think that Nia and Erin's Baby Dragon Battle is a decent 4+ set which gets carried to that title by the honestly pretty good jet. Getting that out of the way, looking at the dragon alone, it's not very impressive. The tail and the body look stubby, and the raptor legs don't have those outs, so structurally, it's flawed, the wings are fine, and the print on the head looks good. Don't be fooled by the number 20, because these are still pretty rough. Now I can forgive this dragon, because it uses the best small/middle-sized dragon head mod, but what I can't forgive is that the blocky body with a clip in a completely different color than the rest of the dragon. I actually love the look of these small dragons, they look really cool, especially when you connect them to the Dragonian armor. The exposed studs on the sides though make it feel rather unfinished. Obviously you can change that by using your own collection, but then it gets too bulky, so the design will be better off without those additional studs. This is single-handedly the cutest looking baby dragon mod. The details are pretty good for such a small and interestingly shaped mod, and overall the piece gives off a pretty believable baby dragon vibe. I feel like I need to say now that this only applies to the yellow baby dragon, appearing in the set Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon. I put the 4+ Electro Dragon so low on the list because I knew that 4+ set designers can do better. And this set proves that. It bleeds from the same spots as other 4+ sets, but if having a bad body with worse legs translates to getting stabbed with a knife, then this set only has a scratch. This dragon honestly competes with some of the core dragons, even being better than Kai's in my opinion. I couldn't justify putting it any higher, but I think getting called better than one-piece dragons is good enough for a 4+ set. At first glance, I really like this dragon, but it got absolutely outclassed by another similar shaped dragon. I feel like this is the same dragon as the one that came beforehand, but on steroids. It looks very menacing and has overall decent articulation. Also, the bony vibes it gives off make it unique. With this Ryu, it feels like a downgrade. The ratio is off, because 60% of the dragon are the two wings, while the legs take up 10%. So in the end, this just looks like a fat dragon whose leg muscles were wasted away and now can only fly. This dragon is really overheated in my opinion. While I can get behind the argument that the joints and legs need more cover, I also just really like this dragon. In my opinion, the long body with a, in my mind, completely fine neck and head makes the dragon have this feel of massiveness. Although the dragon build is pretty basic, the designers made a good job with giving Ron to personality, especially with details like the lamps of the horns and the rings around the feet. Besides some questionable choices Lego made, this is an almost flawless small dragon build. I know some people had complaints regarding the wings, which are huge, but I actually love the look of them. They make the dragon look so much bigger, which is I think a pro in a small set like this. Even though I love this dragon, I'm not a huge fan of the use of dark blue, and I really don't enjoy the legs having this little articulation. Though it was a nice touch that they called back from the core big green dragon with the usage of dark blue. Now at this point on the list we have the really solid dragons. This Ryu is the perfect small size dragon build. If this dragon didn't have to compete with sets which are literally 10 times bigger than it, then it could have easily been in the top 10 I love the use of that mech armor piece for the back, and Ryu also introduced the head mod I love. My opinion on Eagle has changed a lot actually. At first, I didn't enjoy the shaping and the tan and brown used besides the black, white and red. But this set has grown on me since, even being a top 10 Dragons Rising Dragon. Now, for a set which hasn't grown on me, I really don't like the look of this dragon, and the set gets carried to the 9th spot by the sheer size of this thing. It's truly massive. I can understand if some people enjoy the look of the dragon, but unfortunately I'm not one of them. The color scheme is awkward and inconsistent. Tan and purple mixed with blue and gold is just really bad and messy. One head has its own color and only the jaw is gold, meanwhile the other head is purely gold. The legs are in the same position as Rontu's, and with that set people had problems standing it up. I didn't mention that because I didn't experience this problem. And this isn't a problem here, since they use the sturdy joints. That deserves some credit. But my main problem is the body itself. At the front, it's really just a block. Like, the main problem is that the included gold piece is big enough in itself, but there are way too much spaces above and below it. In my humble opinion, Heatwave is a really great dragon, with two major flaws. The wings on this dragon don't really exist. They don't really in the show either, so that wouldn't be a problem. But then, why include these annoying blade pieces at all? They just make this incredible dragon harder to pose. The second flaw may just be a nitpick, but this dragon, when transformed, looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Putting those out of the way, this is an amazing dragon, with both great posability and playability. I love this set, and I really enjoy the overall shaping of the body, but, and that's a huge but, in my opinion, the dark blue isn't blended correctly. This is maybe thanks to the jaw, but the body of Ryu feels disconnected. And I'm also not a big fan of those leaf pieces on the front legs, but they are easily removable, so I can forgive that. Even though I criticize the blending, I still really enjoy the color scheme of the dragon. I do think the use of gold is perfect. It's not a main focus color, but has the other colors pop out even more. The placement of this dragon is probably the biggest hot take of the video, but I really do enjoy every aspect of this dragon. While I can get behind the complaint that it looks a little goofy, I think that's a pro, not a con. I really like the head printing and I enjoy the wings too. The colors are very unique and the stickers help elevate the mechanical feel to the next level. In my eyes, this dragon achieves something that is very rare with ninjago dragons. The theming and elemental feeling of the dragon is very clear, and not even just by colors. This dragon really feels like a part of the forest, and overall I think the torso area is an upgraded version of the arc dragon of focuses. Now, my main problem with the dragon are the wings. The exposed technique would be fine, but the joint itself, along with the fact that the feature doesn't always work, makes the wings pretty unenjoyable for me. Unlike in the show, Thunderfang as a set did not disappoint. This dragon not only looks menacing, but has this primal beast-like appearance. The colors, while aren't my favorite, I have to give credit for the designers because they look amazing together on this dragon. I really love dragons which can stand on two legs, and it's executed perfectly here. Thunderfang could have been even higher if there wasn't another standing dragon on the list. As I said, I like the humanoid type dragons, and this one is particularly great. I think the belly part is executed perfectly here. The tan contrasts with the blue in a way which doesn't take off the focus on the various shades of blue. Also, besides these two colors, LEGO managed to blend in light yellow and gold as well. And the crazy thing is that all these colors have the blue pop instead of making the dragon's color scheme feel cramped. You might be surprised to see the Source Dragon of Motion coming in as second, but you will see the why in a few seconds. But right now, let's talk about this absolutely amazing dragon. I can't even emphasize enough how revolutionary this set is. It's the biggest LEGO dragon of all time, with crazy articulations and posability. The legs are impressive. Half of the head is built with molds, and the other half is brick built, which is the best way. The wings are majestic while letting the body have the focus. This dragon, objectively speaking, is perfect, and if someone has a problem with it, please write them down in the comments. I don't even think I need to say anything, this is just the most amazing dragon.